Hello, everybody. We're back again. We going down talking about Sportstake. Uh, it's so much going on right now. I was a little tongue tied there for a second because the NBA playoffs are happening and it's at full stream. And look at that new prodigy in Victor Wembanyama, but we went too quick. Game two, they made the adjustments, and he didn't have as great an impact. We'll see if they make other adjustments. We're going back and forth. Are they playing tonight, the 6-9? Are they
No,
playing tonight, Jeff?
yeah, they play tonight. They play tonight
Yeah,
at 7:30. It starts up in about 30 minutes.
yeah.
All right. Bertrand, what do you say about the NBA playoffs?
Man, I'm happy to see some young blood in there, man. Both from the Eastern Conference and in the Western Conference. We've been had the same teams, the Boston, the Lakers, for years, and now we got that OKC team, and you got Cleveland in there this year with some talent in there, and also, the San Antonio Spurs, man. Never really been a big fan of those guys because I always was a Rocket guy when they was battling with Akeem and David Robinson and Tim Duncan. But man, how can you not be a fan of the Spurs right now with that squad they got? I haven't really watched much of Victor Wembanyama, but I made it a point now that he's in the playoff to really watch him and see what kind of game he got. You take a beating every night, man, but the kid is balling, and I'll become a fan of his, man. I'll be honest with you. And the world champs, what are you gonna say, man? You can't when you're the champion and you on that throne, everybody's gonna be trying to dethrone you. And game one was taken by the Spurs. Game two, KC popped back and took game two at home, so they had a split on the road there. So tonight is gonna be interesting to see, being San Antonio being back at home, if they're gonna have enough firepower because. Without De'Aaron Fox and you got a guy that's turning the ball over 20 some turnovers, Castle, he don't, he need to take some of that load off him, take some of that weight off his shoulders, So it's going to be interesting, man. And for as the Western Conference, the Knicks, I think that first game that the Cavaliers blew really sunk their morale, and then they really started showing the game last night where they were in it for a minute, and then all of a sudden, New York imposed their will. So I see maybe Cleveland winning one game. That series probably be 3-1. And I'm thinking the Western Conference Final is going to go 7
Brother
I'm
Eddie,
definitely
what you think?
with the
Oh,
Spurs winning, I hope.
go ahead, man.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, I really like what the two teams that's in there right now. Uh, I'm hoping that Cleveland give a better showing, just to make us have some basketball a little longer.
Right.
But it's been exciting, and we got some young good talent in there. Wembanyama is a great talent. And like you say, you got the MVP, so they try to make it that like that Elijah won David Robinson that year, when they
Yeah.
gave the MVP to David Robinson, Elijah won whooped him in the playoffs. So it's kind of looking like it could be one of those kind of situations.
Right. Right.
And then out in
Right.
the Eastern Conference, I tell you what, that little dude, Jalen Brunson, he's a handful.
yep.
Yeah, he's a handful. I heard Stephen A. Smith say it when he signed with the Knicks that really wasn't their first choice. Uh, they did not see him performing the way he's doing right now, and I said, well, he didn't have a chance really because Luka kind of ball dominant. But I tell you, the little dude that
Mhm.
went to New York and he's really making his mark in the
Yeah.
NBA. So I'm excited. I hope the game live up to the billing tonight. And I think they said Fox could play. He could have played last game, but they held him out. I think because they had won that first one. But I think he's going to play tonight.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, again, I say people gave Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio the crown a little bit fast. The playoffs are all about adjustments, and they the champs for a reason. So I think it's going to go 7, but I just want to say right here, Dallas a couple of years ago was in the NBA Finals, and look where they are right now, the Dallas Mavericks. I'm sure that wasn't all Jason Kidd's fault that they got rid of Luka and all the things that happened, but they got a new GM, and he had to suffer the consequences. But he could have probably spoke up a little bit. No, don't get rid of Luka. We'll get him back in shape. And you had a one-in-a-lifetime talent like that. But then they lost Jalen Brunson the year before that. We can't forget that either, that they let him go. And Cumbo, he did show in the playoffs what he could do when Luka was out. He scored 40 points a game in the playoffs when Luka was out. So he showed what he could do. He showed that. So Dallas really ain't got no excuse, because they had talent and they just messed it all up. Jeff, what you say about that?
Well, I say basically, we're going to start back with the East. I want to go to the East. The Knicks up 2-0 on the Cavs. The Cavs really had them. They had them, and they just collapsed in the fourth quarter. Just gave away that game. And that game is going to come back to hunt them because the Knicks got it going on now. They're up 2-0 now, and they got it going on. I do not see the Cavs coming back and winning 4 or 5. I don't see that happening. So I got the Knicks winning that series at least in 6. Right now, you got Jalen Brunson, you got Josh Hart. Those guys are willing the Knicks to victory. Josh Hart is playing some ball. 26 points last night, he playing some ball. And then you got Jalen Brunson. He gets it done. That guy, he brings his lunch pail to every game. That guy got heart. And then Mikal Bridges, outstanding. Those guys play with heart, and I like the way they play. I got New York in that series. I got New York over the Cavaliers. If the Cavaliers don't figure it out, they could get swept. If they don't figure it out, they could get swept. Now, going back over to the West, OKC, they were rusty in game 1. Remember, they had that long layoff because they swept. They didn't sweep everybody. So they had that long layoff. So they was rusty in game 1. But then game 2, you saw them coming out of it. And I think they're going to get better and better as the series is going to go on. So I expect this is going to be a very difficult series. I think this series will go 7 games. I think it's going to be a dog fight. What do you think, Phil?
Well, first of all, circling back to about the Mavericks, I mean, they tried to replace Jalen Brunson with Kyrie Irving, which Irving didn't stay healthy. So they still had draft capital. They got Cooper Flag, and they got the number 9 pick in this particular draft coming up, and a second-round pick. So they got good young talent. Still, they wasn't healthy a lot last year. They got some good big men. But yeah, they got a new GM and new ownership too the year before. So basically, you want to bring your own people in. Jason Kidd didn't do anything. He did another job. They still got to pay him a lot of money too. But now, as far as the playoffs are concerned, Cleveland has to get both of those games at home. They gonna get both of those games at home. They can hang it up. They got to have both of them. And as far as the Western Conference, it's the dogfight everybody thought it would be. Injuries may have a part of it too. Now, if it's reported, that if Fox can play, that changes everything for San Antonio, because you can take Big Boy off the ball because he's a ferocious defensive player and he scores offensive. He just shouldn't be playing point guard. Now, mind you, this is the same guy that the Rockets passed over into Reed for, which UConn guys, Villanova guys, those guys come ready, and that's what you see that's really taking place. But of course, anybody that has a Victor Wembanyama, I mean, they have Shea. That's a 50-50 toss-up right about now. But I like San Antonio in the long term, whether they go 6 or 7. And I think if they win tonight with Fox, that's really going to go a long way. But like I said, if Harper doesn't play anymore, that's a problem. And if Williams doesn't play anymore, that's a problem. So those kind of offset each other. But we'll see. Looking forward to the action and see what happens.
I remind y'all again, I did pick Cleveland and San Antonio. One of my picks looks pretty good. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I want to talk about the Rockets. And with the Rockets, of course, they messed up in the whole light. We don't know who was to blame for that total mess up. Was it the GM or was it the coach or both of them? Both of them go get the blame at the end of the day. But moving forward, I would say my thing is I would put Kevin Durant, put him on the bench let him be my special. He still played 30 minutes a game, but I bring him in for instant offense. And the reason is I want Jabari Smith and Amen Thompson to be the forwards and take care of business. Amen played better when he was playing small forward, in my opinion. It's too much on him trying to play guard. He just like his brother playing small forward with Detroit. He did a good job, and I think he could do that again. And Jabari is ready to bring out his best game, but bring in Durant off the bench. I don't know if he'll go for that. And I think in their better spots with some background guards helping them move around, you'll see their best talent. They were all out of playing out of position, and they didn't do good. Jeff, what's your comment on that?
Basically, what I think the Rockets should do, the Rockets should find out what Durant wants. What do you want? Do you want to stay here or not? Okay, once we get a definitive decision on what he wants to do, then you build around that team. But I wouldn't bring him off the bench. You're not going to bring your most efficient player on your roster off the bench. He's got the highest shooting percentage, the highest shooting percentage from three-point range, the highest shooting percentage from free throw range. You're not going to bring your most efficient player off the bench. I understand why you would want to, because your bench was pathetic last season. Just pathetic. But, like, for instance, last night, the Knicks bench scored 57 points. You'll never see a game where the Rockets bench will score 57 points, much less in a playoff game. But the Knicks bench scored 57 points last night. So I'm just saying. No, not the Knicks. OKC, 57 points. So what I'm trying to say is Houston got to get more balance. They got to get more balance. But I don't think putting Durant on the bench, I don't think that's the answer.
Well, I would do it. You know, he's 38 years old now, but he's still instant offense. What I would like to do is have a more efficient offensive flow. And with him holding the ball out in the front, and he's trying to get picks and get open and try to handle the ball, that's where you got a lot of the turnovers that happen in that context. You got to get more ball flow. So my starting lineup would be, first of all, I would not resign Van Fleet. I would try to sign somebody like Marcus Smart, try to get an edge. He got an edge with his game. Now, I know maybe we can't sign Marcus Smart and Austin Reeves. Both of them are free agents, but I would sign one of them, and with that other guard, I would get me a new rookie who could play that position. And, you know, I'd have two whole new guards, and that thing would be the flow. And then Amen Thompson would be the small forward. Jabari would be the power forward. Alper Sengun would be the center. And my number one man off the bench would be Kevin Durant, sixth man of the year. That's my opinion. Phil,
so
what you think about that?
So who?
Phil.
Well, first of all, there's not a planet I can think of where Durant going to agree to come off the bench. Although you may have a good idea, but he wouldn't do that. But I would keep Van Fleet, and Durant wouldn't be handling the ball as much because Van Fleet's going to be directing traffic. He's still going to do his one-on-one stuff. He's still going to get his points. He's still going to get his shots, but you have a better flow. And if they leave Van Fleet open, he's deadly. He know how to get to the basket and he know how to score. So let's just hope he comes back healthy. I mean, they need some help in other areas too. They need some rebounding. They need some backup bench, like Jeff said earlier. You know, you need points off your bench production, and you know you draft for that, and you sign free agents that fit your system. Ume's not a bad coach. I mean, I think he does a good job. I just think him and the general manager and the owner should sit down and spend some money. It gets some players that want to come here and play. It's a good cultural place to play, and he's shown he can do the job. So overall, if Durant's still in your mix, he's still going to be your star. But you can get some players around him, they can do better. I just think the West is so nasty and so strong. They may nudge up a little bit, maybe get a little higher seeding, but it's hard to see them getting past OKC or San Antonio anytime soon.
There's going to be a lot of moving around this summer, free agency and whatnot, trades. There's going to be a lot of moving around.
Yeah.
Talking about moving, Phil, tell us about a Rocket moving, please.
Okay, well, first of all, let's take a solemn moment to remember that on yesterday, the owner of A Rocket Moving and Storage lost his baby sister, Deidre Sam. She was found unresponsive in her home, and that's a devastating loss to the Sam family, because the Sam family is A Rocket was founded on a family business in 1959 by the parents, Arlene and Herbert Sam, now second generation owned by DeAndre Sam. And we know that moving is tedious, frustrating, and everybody has to do it at some point. People have called me and said they wish they had hired somebody, and some people have called and said they're not going to hire somebody, and then after the fact, they wish they had. But anyway, moving and storage is a real stressful time. So A Rocket Moving and Storage has been around since 1959. We do commercial, local, residential, and we have a 62,000 square foot storage facility where we will store your items in vaults and make sure that your items are moved at your convenience and at your time. We're economical, we're efficient, and also you can give us a call, 713-748-6024, or come see us at 3401 Quarter. Ask for Philip Green or DeAndre Sam. We'll be happy to service you. Make sure your move is an A Rocket move. We do sponsorships, as we do sponsor this very fine talk show, but we also affiliated with U of H, Sam Houston, TSU, Shell, we've done business with them, Baker Botts, large law firms, commercial business, Exxon, Conoco, you can go on and on. So we'd like to be of service, because residential is still one of our specialties. Anytime you need to move, make it an A Rocket move. 713-748-6024, 3401 Quarter.
Well, thank you, my brother. Thank you. A Rocket Moving and Storage, right there on Quarter. I vouch for them. Very good moving service.
Thank you.
We talking about the moves of the NBA. I just want to put this out there. I think Giannis is going to go to the Lakers. So that's going to free up the Lakers, where they're not going to re-sign a lot of those guys. I don't even think they're going to bring back LeBron. I think LeBron is going to go to Cleveland. I think Austin Reeves and Marcus Smart are going to be free. And they're going to pair Giannis with Luka, and that's going to be their foundation. And with those two, they can do something. Other trades, of course, Ja Morant is finally going to get traded, I believe. I don't know why he didn't get traded earlier. I think Minnesota is going to do something different. Rudy Gobert is going to go somewhere. But it's going to be a lot of trades that's going to surprise people. Zion Williamson may finally get traded. It's going to be a lot of trades. Jeff, what do you see?
Let's go back to your initial point. I've been waiting on that. You can't release Van Fleet. Van Fleet is on a player option for this season. So he would have to release himself. Okay. He would have to opt out, and then maybe perhaps they can sign him to a longer contract at a lower cap figure for this season to give them some more wiggle room relative to the luxury tax. So that would be on him, not them. All right. Next, as far as trades are concerned, Ja Morant, I'm hearing yes. His team is open to trading him. I'm hearing the Raptors, the Knicks, and the Suns are interested in Ja Morant. Kawhi Leonard, I'm hearing there's a very good chance he can get moved as well. Kyrie Irving, I'm hearing there's a chance that Kyrie Irving could get moved, because they want to go ahead and build around Cooper Flag. So I'm hearing, depending on what they can get in the trade, I'm hearing there's a chance he can get moved. Then, of course, Giannis. Right now, the Bucks are currently listening to offers. Okay? The Lakers, the Warriors, OKC is now into that. Depending on what happens with the playoffs here, OKC got a lot of assets that they can offer. They got more first-round picks in the next 5 years than any team in the league. So they got a lot of assets that they can offer if they want to get Giannis. Okay? You got the Knicks, you got Miami, and I'm also hearing Houston's also interested in Giannis. Jaylen Brown, he can be moved. I'm hearing if he is moved, it's going to be a multi-team deal. It's going to be like a 3 or 4 team deal where he could be in that Giannis trade or in a trade with Durant if he's moved. So I'm hearing he can be moved. LeBron James, yes, he's looking for another ring. LeBron wants a ring for his son. So he's looking to move to whatever team he thinks give him the best chance. I'm hearing the Cavs, I'm hearing the Warriors, I'm hearing the Knicks, and I'm hearing the Clippers. But he has a $52.6 million player option, so he could opt in. It depends on where he can go to get the best place where he can get his championship ring. So there you go.
All right, all right. Well, that kind of summarizes the NBA. Well, I'm going to go out on the limb again and say San Antonio and Cleveland. Like I said earlier, that means Cleveland is going to come back in the series. I'm not counting them out. Well, if they lose tomorrow, it's over with, but I'm going to give them a chance. Now, the WNBA is kind of going hot now. Aja Wilson hit 45 points. Uh, Caitlin Clark is number one or was number one in assists, but
Yes.
these girls are playing some ball now. And the
Yep.
new players have come in and making their mark. But a lot of them are sitting on the bench. The new players, AZ Fudd, the number one pick, is on the bench. Laura Betts is still on the bench. So they haven't necessarily cracked those starting lineups. The old heads in the WNBA are doing good, and they fighting for this new money that they got, these $1 million contracts. And of course, the Connecticut Sun, who will become the Houston Comets, are 0-5. So we're not
1-5.
getting no good
1-5.
stepping stone. 1-5, they won a game. Okay.
Yep.
So anybody got any comments about the WNBA? Bert, you got any
Yes.
comments?
Yeah.
Yeah, that has really helped the WNBA with getting contracts, collective bargaining, where they can get a fair portion of the revenue. So that league has been generating money ever since the Houston Comets was around. So it was just time for them to pay these ladies, man, what they deserve. So, I'm a big fan of Asia Wilson, man. She was my girl in South Carolina, and she's to me, she's just one of the outstanding players in the WNBA. They got a lot of good ballers. Women basketball has come such a long, long way. And it's, they're crafty, they are aggressive, I like watching them because they're aggressive. Women are very aggressive and in sports. So they kind of more fun for me to watch sometimes because guys, they always sometimes they too much crying to the ref for me sometimes. That's so that's a problem for me. Play ball. That's the way I look at it. But I'm excited about the Suns coming back. I always thought, when we lost the Comets, I mean, how could we lose the Comets? Back in the day, you had Swoops, Coop, Tina Thompson, Ferret, the little lady that died of cancer, Vance Chancellor, the coach, so it's going to be exciting to see them come back. They have WNBA team here. It's one of the, what are we, fourth largest city in the world, in the United States?
Mhm.
Yep.
And we don't have a WNBA team, and you got a team like Connecticut that's small. It's kind of like a low market in Connecticut for those guys. So they have that's the problem they had. Just had a team in the wrong location, geographically. Logistically. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of good. It's just a lot of talent in it. It's more talent in the WNBA now than it ever has been before. You know, I watched those girls from UConn come out, the one Becker, and that girl was straight up baller. And the thing with Kate Clark, she was a All American at Iowa, but she got to the WNBA, her game has went down, her scoring averages went down, and that's because they're putting the clamps on her. But she's still balling out though, so she's got talent. She can open up anytime. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Comets come back. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
WNBA
watched a couple of
right now.
games. It's pretty exciting.
Paul.
Go ahead,
Okay.
brother.
Okay, WNBA right now, the Ace is out to in the league 4-1, but Golden State is a second year team, and they sitting at number 2 right now at 3-1. So you gotta be proud of them. That is an expansion team in their second season, and they already 3-1. So you gotta be happy with what they're doing. But Asia Wilson, like you said, she's number 1 in the league in scoring with 25 points a game, but she's also tied with number 1 with Alicia Gray. Alicia Gray is averaging 25. For the Atlanta Dream,
Yeah.
she's averaging 25 points a game. And then your girl, Angel Reese, is averaging 13 and 13 rebounds. So, but Caitlin Clark, sometimes I post things about Asia Wilson is the face of the NBA, of the WNBA, and I still believe that. But Caitlin Clark is coming up. Because Caitlin Clark is averaging 24 points and 9 assists a game this year. So she's
Yeah,
got
you
it
know,
going on for
Mm-hmm.
a girl in her third, with a
coming,
second, third
and
year,
like I
in her
said,
third
she can
year.
open up anytime.
Yeah.
But she
So
started last year.
I
Last
put her
year,
in my top 5. She's in the top 5 of the best WNBA players in the league. You
yeah,
guys agree
the
with that?
thing, yeah, you know, the thing, one more thing that you have to add to that, though, about Caitlin Clark, you know, she had a tough year last year because of injuries.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things that slowed her game down, too, I believe.
Yeah,
It
it
just,
did. It did.
she
But she's
just
doing
was kind of
well.
good.
She's doing real well. 24 and 9.
Yeah,
How many people you
I'm
know
looking,
in the NBA, WNBA, that average 24 points and 9 assists? Outstanding. So
that's true.
I gotta give her her
Mm-hmm.
props.
Yeah.
But the two expansion teams, Toronto Tempo are 3-3,
Mm,
and the Portland Fire are 2-3. So right
yeah,
now they're doing better than our comments.
yeah,
Our new comments. They're doing better right
yeah.
now. We on the bottom. We sitting on the bottom now. We on the bottom.
We gotta
Last
bring
place.
Coop back. We gotta bring Coop and
Yeah.
sit Coop and what's her name?
Tina
The other one I
Thompson
just named. Tina
and
Thompson. Yeah,
Swoops.
they got that
Yep.
Shoot,
bang a little bit.
they
Yep.
can't help us now.
Yeah,
They
you're
give
right.
that
They can't help
banger.
us now. Unless they go
Yeah,
coach or be
like
GM.
Carl said, you
Unless
know,
you
when
go
you get older,
clone
bring
them.
them off the bench.
Hey,
Yeah.
unless you gonna clone them, they can't help
Yeah.
us now.
Yeah, yeah, no,
That team needs a lot. That team needs a lot.
Yeah.
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 So
they'll get it.
they got a busy summer next summer to put that team
Yeah,
together.
well, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they gonna put some
they
money
do
into it when
have
they get
Brittany
here.
Griner, but she's in her older age and she can't do much anymore. And
Right.
you know, the players that they have, maybe we can get Juju and Audie Crooks and do better come
Yeah.
next year. We'll
Right.
see what's going to happen with the WNBA, but it's very interesting. And the All-Star game is going to be coming up, and of course, they got the international game in both the men's and the women's in basketball, the FIBA Cup. So it's going to be interesting coming up, and we'll see how that's going to go. One of the biggest events happening
Hold on
in
one
all
second,
sports.
Carl.
Go ahead, Phil.
Now, if you guys really been watching WNBA, I don't know how you miss Olivia Miles. I told you guys last year, and I'm telling you this year, she's going to be there was a great draft class for the WNBA this year. Olivia Miles will be your rookie of the year.
Who she play
Okay?
for? Who she play for, Phil?
She plays for Minnesota.
Okay.
Number 2 pick in the draft, come out. But she's been electric everywhere she's been. She came from Notre Dame, went to TCU. Now she's at the number 2 pick in the draft. And I mentioned it to you guys last year in college. Keep an eye on Olivia Miles. She's the Magic Johnson of women in WNBA. I just want to make sure you guys get it reiterated, reintroduced, what I've already said before, just so you don't forget, just so you know, Olivia Miles.
Olivia Miles. All right, we got you.
All right,
We got
we'll
you,
check
Phil.
her out. They do have more games on TV, so it's well open for us to be able to check them out and see, and check out their games. So I look forward to doing that. I'm gonna try to get me on a flight to Minnesota to go see Minnesota Lynx against the Atlanta Dream with my girl Angel Reese.
And you'll see Olivia that night. And you'll see Olivia in living color.
Yeah.
Hey,
Down
real
there
quick,
at the
Carl.
Target Center in Minneapolis. Go ahead, Jeff.
Real quick, the Indiana Fever, I think they got the best 1-2 punch in the league, in my opinion. They got Caitlin Clark averaging 24 points, 9 assists a game, but they also have Kelsey Mitchell, who's also averaging 23 points a game. So those two girls are combined for right at 48
Then they got
points a game.
Aaliyah Boston at center.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
They do.
Yep. And she's only averaging 15 a game. Yeah, but because those two girls giving them 47,
she's a solid player down low.
Yeah,
they won't win without Miss Boston. Carl, you're right. They can average all they want, but they will not win without Miss Boston.
Yeah. If they can stay healthy, they got a chance this season. If they can stay healthy.
Well, they had a chance last year. They took Las Vegas to the final game, and they was right on them, but they lost.
And they did that without Caitlin Clark.
And they did that without Caitlin Clark. Yes, you're right. But Kelsey Mitchell put on the show last year.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. One of the biggest things happening, Eddie, is the boycott. Are you familiar with the boycott?
Yes,
what you
I
think
am.
about that, Eddie?
Well, I mean, that's a tough one because we're asking kids to boycott and give up maybe risking their eligibility and stuff like that. Man, the problem is we don't go out and vote. That's really the problem.
That is a major problem.
That's the problem. Uh, us as a race and as a people, we don't exercise our right enough. Now, if you tell them they got some free Jordans over there, they gonna pack the building. But but if it's come to something that our people fought for us and people died for us to do, we don't take it serious enough. So I'm one. I try to stay out of it. I try not to comment on it and everything like that because some of these kids that's playing this ball, that's all they got, man.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All I'll say is, if let's say a school in the South was going to get 10 athletes, if 2 of those athletes decide not to go, that is a benefit in a small realm. If you get a couple of kids per school not to go, maybe to go to HBCU instead, then I think you're being a success. Bert, do you have a comment on that?
Hold on, let me say something right quick on that. Let me say something right quick on that. And I'm gonna speak for me.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna speak for me. I grew up in the Kelly courts. Okay, had to share a room with my brother my whole life. My grandmother cooked every day, but if I didn't come home in time enough, all the food will be gone, right?
Okay.
It's a lot of kids that's playing that grew up like that. And we're gonna ask them to go to a HBC where it's like they grew up at. You know what I mean? we gonna ask them, hey man, ride 13 hours on the bus.
Come on, Eddie.
Hey man, have French's for a pregame meal.
Come on, Eddie.
When you done worked hard enough to where you could go to a 5-star, a Power 4 school, where you could finally get a chance to live in a nice apartment, finally get a chance to don't have to worry about where the next meal coming from. Man, that's hard. That's hard to ask a kid to do that.
All I'll say on that, Eddie, is it won't apply to everybody because it's not within their window to be able to do that. They need to take the money for their family and themselves and their own situation. So it more so be appropriate for somebody who already has a comfortable life. They already live in middle class, and their daddy and mommy can afford to, let them bypass that stuff and give them toward that.
That still ain't. I mean, man, I don't know. I just say.
I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is for a couple of students out of 10, if the NAACP can get that done, that's good. But how much of an impact is it really gonna make in voting? I don't think very much. I don't think it's gonna make very much. Bert, what's your comment?
Well, man, I'm leaning towards what Eddie said. I support our HBCUs. And then over the years, man, the powerhouse colleges have taken the greatest athletes, and it's a prime example of what he's talking about. How when you live the way we grew up, and you get opportunity to make your life better, man, you're gonna do that. Nine out of 10 kids would do that. So unfortunately, that's just the way society has always been. As African Americans, we grew up poor. We didn't, so you got to, and we've always, taught our kids you want to do better. 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 So I don't see a young 18-year-old kid passing up money. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
So that's my take. Unfortunately, with the UIL deals now, this and that, man, look, what you would have did, Eddie, back in your day.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, I had a guy that he went to Wheeler. His name was Melvin Stewart. He played for TSU.
Yeah.
And the coach was tell, hey, get Eddie to come over to a game. Get blah. I went over to a game and I went up to his dorm room. And when I saw that, he asked me what I thought. I told him the honest truth. I said, man, I live better than this in the Kelly Coat. So no. So I mean, if that's all I had,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it. But I was blessed enough to have a lot of offers by big schools. I couldn't. Man, I didn't even open no.
Couldn't pass it up, right?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't, man. I couldn't.
So
It was tough. It was tough because when you go right across the street to U of H, you see what's going on over there, and you say, well, I know how it is not to go on vacation. I want to know how it is to go on vacation, and stuff like that, different flying. And back then, we wasn't playing, black schools wasn't playing on TV like they is now.
yeah, no, they didn't have the exposure.
My grandmother was old. It was hard for her to come to the games because all that noise would give her run her blood pressure up and stuff. So she had to see me on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm just speaking from my situation. I hate that they're redistricting it like that. But if we get out and we handle our business, then a lot of this stuff could be avoided, I believe.
Understood.
Well, when you got a president that can say, give me 5 areas, and then you take Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, let's just make it local. The same district that Al Green and Menifee are running for should be where both of them should have a district.
Yeah.
But they condensed it to where it's one. And let's be real, Al been around 50 years, Menifee new. I don't care who win it. That's not even my district. But at the same time, one of them going to win it. What needs to happen if they win eventually and get the representative, the old should come to the new and say, hey, let me help you. And the new should come to the old and say, let me help you. But see, that's the new politics. It should be, but it ain't happening. So yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. I just had this discussion with somebody the other day, just like Dion. He did what he could do for HBCUs. Colorado gave him what he needed. But he didn't forget about HBCUs because he went to Colorado, and Colorado cannot force him not to still help HBCUs when he's doing his job. But I know this, if he don't win regularly in the next couple of years, they're going to get rid of him anyway.
Yeah.
And he done made the money. He didn't need the money. He went there for, he thought he could change the program. He got to bring everybody he wanted. He brought a lot of HBCU people there. So they got to see what it's like from there to there too, like what you explained.
Yeah.
And now when the players, if they were to boycott, they still could do it in a way where they went and then say, you know what? This is all of them select the HBCU school they can help because that money is huge that they're getting. Money nobody ever imagined you could give to one player and still stay in school too. Come on.
Yeah, but HBCU can't give them that money.
No, they can't give them nothing like that.
Yeah, and seeing
never will be able to.
That especially, everybody know money is the driving force to practically everything. So them boys, they go and get that money. That's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know we're running short.
We do know that those boosters and alumni of the large schools know how to give it to you around. They don't even have to go around to being. They can kind of give it to you straight up with this new NIL rule. It's a whole new world. That's probably really where they got to kind of find a police way of challenging that NIL money. Somebody said they can't transfer it till 2 years. Maybe that was one. They do have to come up with some new policies so that it'll be a little bit more fair. But at the same time, those old ways where the athlete didn't get no money and the alumni and boosters made all the money, that wasn't fair either.
No, yes.
We'll see what is going to happen. Now, the NFL is about to start. I hear tell that Deshaun Watson, they want him to start for the Cleveland Browns, even though Shanae Sanders is out playing him. What you think about that, Eddie?
If they start him, Shador be in real quick. So it don't need to get no ruffles over that. I think Deshaun Watson is the biggest thief in the world. He legally, and then the funny part is all of it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had a hell of an agent. You got to think about that too.
Yes. But that's just. I think once the season start, the Sanders boy he'll end up being the starting quarterback.
Well, he tore his Achilles tendon twice.
Yeah.
And he's in the last year of the deal. So
yeah,
you're right. I think
he ain't the future. He's not the future.
He's
of the
one, and if he does play, he has to significantly outplay Shador, and I don't think he will. But
no.
I just hope he finishes out his contract, and whatever happens after that, because he's got the money, and he's had some physical health, and Shador is young and athletic and able to run the team. We'll see. I mean, but together, maybe, like I just said about Al, like I just said about Messi, they need to work together.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do that, they will make them a much better team in itself. Because Deshaun knows things that Shador don't know, and Shador can do things that Deshaun used to could do. So they can put that together some kind of way. Because they got a good coach. He complaining about them throwing interceptions on 7-on-7. Don't he know the other guys get paid too?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting, and the Texans look like they are vying to really have a better season. They've propped up their offensive line, which was a lot of the problem last year. I mean, and C.J. Stroud was very jumpy in the backfield because he was concerned about getting sacked all the time. If they can shore that up and he has much more confidence back there, I still say the Texans could have been one of the better teams last year, and I think they should have went to the Super Bowl last year, but maybe this is their year. Jeff, what you say about the NFL and the Texans?
Well, the Texans, I like what they did this offseason. I like the free agent moves they picked up. I like their draft. I gave them an overall a B+ for their draft. I even like the undrafted players that they picked up. Noah Whittington, I think that guy's he's gonna make the team. They also picked up this he plays running back. Yeah, out of Boston College, I believe it's Boston College. But anyway, I think he's gonna make the team. Also, they picked up a couple of receivers, undrafted free agents, and I think they got a chance. One of those guys got a chance to make the team. And then they picked up a cornerback. He's gonna make the team. They gave him a lot of guaranteed money, and he was an undrafted free agent. So they picked up 4 key players that were not drafted, who probably would have gone in the 8th round had that been an 8th round. So I predict, but the schedule just come out. Their schedule just come out. The Texans have a tough schedule. Now, if you look at their schedule based on the teams they're going to play this season, based on their last year's record, it's 5th from the worst. But all of those teams are projected to be much better this season. And the Texans have all of their games in the cold weather places. All of them going to be in January and December, all of them on the road. So all those games like in Green Bay and Pittsburgh and all those cold places, that's going to be in January and December, all of them going to be on the road. So they got a tough schedule. Plus, they got to go to London. So they got a tough schedule as far as logistics. Tough schedule. So I think even though they're a better team this season than last season, still project they would have the same record as they did last season, 12-5.
Who do you see as being much better teams this year? I think the Raiders, they can't be too much worse than they were last year. So I think they automatically going to be better. It's according to who Arizona gets as a quarterback to replace Murray. They have a very good fan base. They could do better. Pittsburgh.
The Giants probably gonna do better.
God dog, Eddie, I was gonna say the Giants.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Bertrand.
Because Eddie said it. He's right on. He's spot on, man. They got a great coach this year, man, and they got some weapons. They just the Daboll, whatever that coach, man, he was, man. He wasn't the guy for the job.
Mm-hmm.
So
Eddie, who you talking about, Bertrand?
Sir?
Who you talking about?
We say me and Bertrand say the Giants probably gonna be better.
Eddie and I was thinking on the same wavelength because you talking about who's gonna be improved. I think the Giants gonna be improved. They got a better coach, and that's what I was speaking about. They got
the Giants?
Super Bowl coach. You know, the other guy was just let's face it, man. He just didn't have what it takes to be a head coach. He may be a defensive coordinator, but he wasn't head coach material. So I was going to say the Giants when you brought that question up. So and Eddie thought of it too.
Mm-hmm.
Giants, I think they're gonna, and they had their moments even last year. They just kind of fell off the wagon. You know, they had the running back from Arizona, the boy that's like a bull. You know, they got the receiver from LSU. So they got some weapons, man. You know,
both of those guys got hurt at the end of the year.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, they got hurt.
I will say they improved once they put Russell on the bench. I think Russell's career is over with.
Yeah. He signed with somebody though, didn't he? He just signed with somebody though.
He did?
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, at this point, you know, he's getting that Sierra love every day. His mind ain't on that. He got 3 kids with her already.
Yeah, he making babies right now. He ain't quarterbacking.
Yes, brother. So, hey, his mind ain't on that. He's looking at, you know, fashion and perfumes and stuff. That's what his mind is. But
Russell still in New York. He hasn't been cut. He just gonna back up Dart.
I read just the other day that he's looking for a home. So I saw he was looking for a home, had some opportunities at some other places. So that's why.
But he's still with New York as we speak.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't.
So Aaron Rodgers said he's going to come back for this last year with the Steelers, and we'll see if they are better because Tomlin is not there. You got so many different things. You don't have an addition of black coaches. You still got the same number. You got the coach at Tampa Bay. Who are the other black coaches, Phil, you know?
Todd Bowles from
Tampa. Well, that's what you're talking about at Tampa. That's Todd Bowles.
D'Amico Ryans.
D'Amico Ryan.
Yeah.
I mean, who else
we don't have
Depends on what you want to call Sailor.
Depends on what you want to call Sailor in Tennessee. But, you know, he may be mixed or something like that.
2.5.
Yeah, there you go.
2.5. 2.5.
But we do know that there probably should be a few more black coaches, but it's still that. And somebody was fighting against the Rooney. I think a Florida AG was fighting against the Rooney Rule. He didn't like that. Yeah. And, you know, you're getting so many things that are attacking black progress. So all the in politics and sports, entertainment, all the way around, you know. I'm surprised they let Michael Jackson's movie be the top movie in the world.
Yeah.
So there's so many things going on.
And don't forget Aaron Glenn at New York.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's true. Hopefully he'll have a better year.
Yeah.
He didn't work out too well last year, but I think he could be a good coach. We'll see. All right, guys, as I was saying earlier, we have the international flavor that's about to come up. You got international track with the World Championships of track and field that'll be coming up. You got international basketball. Both men and women will be playing in the FIBA Cup, I think it's called. So you got so many things. It's so much sports all around. We did have a death in Cal Petty just passed, and that sport is Michael Jordan has been making big inroads.
Petty's still living. It's a bunch of Petty's, but Bush.
Bush.
Bush. Okay. Thank you, Phil, because I needed to get that correct. But in so many areas of sports, there's so many different things happening. We do look for the next Tiger Woods. Somebody should come up and be the next Tiger Woods or the first person of their name in golf. Maybe it will be what's the guy that used to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers? What's that guy name? But played.
The shooter. Come on,
Smith.
he went pro out of high school.
Smith. He went to go be the coach at an HBCU. He's the golf coach.
J.R.
Smith. His name is Smith.
J.R. Smith?
J.R. Smith.
Yeah, J.R. Smith.
Right. J.R. Smith.
Yeah, J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith,
So
yeah.
I like to see a lot more guys go into different areas and be able to, because we can succeed in any area that there are if we put our mind to it.
But Stephen Curry is a pretty good scratch golfer, whether people know it or not. He just about could get out there with him too. He's won some of those little pro-ams.
Yeah, I hear he real good.
He is. His dad is supposed to be
his dad.
Yeah.
His dad, since a kid, he been.
But Stephen
He's been around golf and professional basketball all his life.
Yeah.
Hey,
all right, guys. Well, we have talked it up into sports. Jeff, what's our final word?
Okay, right before my final word, I got two final words. They posted an article on Harry the Machine Gun Kelly today.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just get you guys' opinion. What's y'all's personal opinion on Harry Machine Gun Kelly? I want to start with Eddie Cumbo. What's your official opinion on his skill set?
Never ran out of bullets. Say, man. Amen. So, actually, when I had my AAU program, Harry Kelly, his sons played for me. And I tell you, I got the chance to see him once at TSU. And he put up about 40-something, man. That dude could really score. That dude, he could flat out score.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Bert,
I saw him several times at TSU. Wow. I will say that from the corner, and they didn't have 3-pointers back then. No, they didn't have 3-pointers. If they had 3-pointers, he might have scored 50 a game.
Yeah,
because that's where he shot from. Yeah. But as far as athletically, that's why he didn't make it in the NBA because he didn't have that kind of speed. But he could shoot. He had a Rudy Tomjanovich type of release and game, I would say.
Mm-hmm. What's your opinion on Harry Machine Gun Kelly?
Hey man, he's a machine, like you said, never ran out of bullets. A great talent. We don't want to knock the HBCU, he didn't get the exposure that he needed.
Yeah.
And that's part of his reason too, man. It wasn't that he wasn't a good athlete, because hell, anybody score 40 points a game is a great athlete. No matter where you play at, he just didn't have the exposure. And I don't know if some of that had to do with academics. He couldn't, make it in a major college because of academics. I don't know that. I mean, it could be a lot of kids choose HBCUs because of academics as well. So could have been that too. You just don't know because he had the talent. I mean, you can't take it away from him. So,
Phil, what about you?
Well, he peaked too soon for his talent. If he had come in a different era, he'd been the man. 3-pointer, no 3-point line. Yeah. Think about Pete Maravich had a chance at 3-point. He would have put it out of league when nobody could have ever caught it.
Alvin Murphy.
Yeah. But Murphy too. But Murphy was still within reach because his career was amazing itself. But back to Harry just came at a time, even if he had made it to the NBA, the era he came in was full of Hall of Famers. He was marginal at best.
Excuse me. He got drafted. He went to. He got drafted by Atlanta Hawks.
I think he went to Atlanta
Hawks. He got drafted.
But he got a cup of coffee. But I'm just saying. But they realized real fast, just like my boy Lester Goodwin from Cashmere. Yeah, he got drafted. They find out real fast in the summer camp that if you have it or don't, sometimes you just need the right break. Go play somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
That's what it comes down to. Sometimes it's
timing is everything,
and that's what I think happened to Harry. Because I mean, you lead the nation in scoring that much and 4-time All-American. The HBCUs wasn't getting recruited unless you had a super good specialty. Hills was scoring, but the NBA had a lot of scoring. If he had been a great defensive player, look at Larry, Mr. Mean, came out of Southern, the Grambling. Them guys got in.
Alcorn,
right? I'm just saying, and there was a couple other guys came out of those other schools too, but they had specialties.
Short,
and the guy that got killed in the car accident, he came out of Southern.
What's his name?
Exactly, played for Shaw.
Bobby Fields,
You say Curly Short?
Yeah. There you go. And he was a great assist man. And look at little man from Southern. That's what I was trying to say.
Avery Johnson.
He led the nation in assists. It's timing. Because those guys could have easily been playing overseas.
Lindsey Hunter.
There you go.
But he went in the first round, though.
Right. And I'm just saying, they know what they want, but then they also be surprised when you go in and upstage some of those higher picks.
Yeah.
I said one last thing on the Harry McKelly. I'll never forget he came to PV. You had TSU versus PVU, came to PV, and PV held him to 14 points. Al Reynolds. I think Al Reynolds went to Cashmere.
Class of 78.
Al Reynolds held him to 14 points at PVU, and PV beat TSU right there in the baby dome. We scored it all night, baby. We sent him home crying. We sent Harry Machine Gun Kelly, the nation's #1 leading scorer.
I believe you wanted the story on Machine Gun Kelly just so you could tell that story, Jeff. I believe that's what you wanted. That's what you really wanted right there.
Smart guy, my brother. That's smart.
That's why he brought that up.
Okay, now Carl, my last story. My last story was Greg Wise. They posted something on the JY site today. I want to give him some owners here. 34 years as a head coach. He has 1,009 career wins. National Coach of the Year in 2010. District Coach of the Year 25 times. He was a VIP Coach Hall of Fame in 21. He's a Michael Jordan Classic Coach for the East team. He's won 4 state championships, all with JY. This guy has 2 back-to-back championships. Back-to-back, and then he did it again. Back-to-back. In 09 and 10, and then 13, 14. Then also he has 22 district championships. So congratulations to Jack Yates' Greg Wise.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Good. All right, guys. If it's Friday and it's sports going on, you know we're going to be here talking about it on Sportstake. Our next episode will be June 5th, and look out for that. We're going to have some great guests, as always, and we look forward to that. And if it's sports going on, we're going to be right here talking about it on Sportstake. We thank you very much. Final word, Jeff?
Hey, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you, Carl. Okay, you're the leader. I appreciate your efforts. Eddie Cumbo, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. You did an
Thank y'all for having me.
For those of you who don't know, Eddie Cumbo was a Wheatley great, one of the greatest guards to play for Wheatley. Okay, and then Bert from Rodriguez, JY, basketball hoop star. Hey, thank you, Bert, for coming on the show. Always a pleasure to see you, Bert. Thank you, my brother.
Likewise. But I want to say one thing. I know who Eddie Cumbo here.
Well, I'm trying to figure out who we all know for the audience.
Eddie Cumbo.
For the audience.
That's we lay.
They might not know.
Eddie Cumbo, do you have a top 5 Wheatley? Let me give you my top 5 first. Gaylord Davis, Nolan Greenleaf, Lawrence Johnson, the Reynolds boy. I forgot his name. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Lonnie Reynolds.
Yeah.
Lonnie.
Oh, Lonnie.
Okay.
Reynolds.
Is that 5?
Yeah. That's 5.
Okay.
Did you
Eddie Owens?
Hold on, I got it, man.
I figured that.
Man, you gonna leave the White Jones and Eddie Owens off?
Yeah,
I can't leave Eddie Owens off. My fault.
The White Jones?
You know, he was actually before my time. My brother told me about him, though.
Man.
He was really before my time. The White Jones, too. Because I never saw them
watching basketball late.
I heard about them, though.
So what about Alvin Brooks?
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, Alvin Brooks was in my time.
You got a lot of them.
So I
You
might
got a
have to
lot
take
of-
one of them other ones off.
Yeah, man,
like
you got
Gaylord.
Hey, look, I know.
one of
No,
the
you
other
ain't taking
ones.
Gaylord. Gaylord belong.
Well,
Gaylord belong. You can take him off, but who you gonna take him off for?
man, I'm gonna put Alvin on that.
Okay, I can live with that one, but he's still on the team.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Alvin's
Okay,
bad.
No,
What?
no.
Hey,
Y'all talking about high school,
yourself?
Y'all
What
talking
would you
about
rank
high school,
yourself?
right?
Weekly all the time.
Yeah, just high school.
Excluding myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you rank yourself?
Oh shit, man.
For
So
weekly
I'm
all
gonna
the
tell
time.
you what. This is what Mr. Carr said when they asked him.
Okay.
The White Jones, Eddie Owens, Spider, me, and Alvin Brooks.
Okay, I can live
Okay.
with that.
Take that.
I can live with
Yeah.
that. But I know
Okay.
Gaylord is on
He
that
know
team
better
if you
than
got any more
anybody.
players.
Yeah. Now, Gaylord.
It's hard. It's
Yeah,
hard. It
that's
ain't
you
easy.
right, man. He
It
a
ain't
bad
easy.
boy, man.
Gaylord
You right.
was a bad boy.
Yeah.
Gaylord with the TNC.
And I'm gonna tell you who was a bad boy that I played against at Wheatley.
Oh.
Antonio Malvo.
Yeah. Tracy Booker.
I remember him.
Yeah.
I played against Antonio.
Greenleaf
and
was
Tracy
bad
was
though
good
with that
too.
left hand,
Tracy,
man.
yeah. So you play against Gilbert Thomas too.
Yeah. Gilbert was a little before me. But
Gilbert
my
might
guy,
need to be on that too.
also who I played against when he played at McReynolds was
Tracy
not
Bookman.
Roosevelt Magruder, but he just passed recently. Because what's his name came on and told us, and I was a little shocked. He had the buck teeth and the wild afro and could shoot it like nobody. I played against him at McReynolds when we played him, and he had like 30.
Let me put my
It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
It'll come to me. I see his face.
What year
I
did
don't
you
know
play?
his age.
80.
Oh, yeah. So
They had some very integral players back in the day.
Oh,
and,
yeah. We
just like
always had it.
Cashmere. Cashmere had some
Them
players.
too.
Yeah.
Them too.
Actually,
Godin.
you know what?
They just did a post on him.
They just put him in the Texas Hall of Fame.
There you go.
Right.
And he should have been there.
And one of my ex-teammates from U of H, Derek Daniels,
Okay.
Yeah.
from Fort Worth Dunbar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got actually Derek Daniels is the high school all-time assist leader in the history of high school basketball.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, our history of basketball in our state is big time. And, sometimes we talk about trying to make a top 5 across the state or across the city. Yeah. That's a tough thing to do. But we talk about it often. And I'm going to try to have Ralph Cooper on here, and we're going to go all the way back on history. And we will get to a decision on that.
Perfect guy for that.
All right, guys. So we'll see you next time on Sportstake.
Thank you.
Thank you for
All
having
right,
me.
All right, gentlemen.